Welcome to the Galliher Law Firm. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the process of claims handling from our office's perspective. Let me give you just a capsule version of what we do on behalf of a client when you come in and you hire us to handle your car crash case, your slip and fall case, or your medical malpractice case. Initially, I have personnel that are specifically assigned to stay in touch with your doctors and keep current with respect to your medical records and your billings. What happens is we will contact the provider usually every 30 days. The provider will then supply us with what's new in terms of your care so we can keep abreast of it. If you change providers, you let us know. We then order the records and billings directly from the providers. It's important that we do this because those records have to be accompanied by a specific affidavit, a certificate that has to be filled out by the medical provider staff, completed and notarized and sent back to us along with the records. That has an evidentiary purpose. If your case enters litigation, the only way those records come into evidence and support your medical claim is if they have the required certificate. So it's very important to allow us to do our work and order those records to make sure that that certificate accompanies those records so that in the event your case enters litigation, we're prepared for it. Once we've got the medical records in hand and you've completed treatment, and what I ask is that you notify us when you've completed treatment so we can make sure we've got all the records and bills. We then prepare what's called a demand package, which we send to the insurance company that represents the driver who injured you. That demand package can be in two different formats. What we call a standard demand package, which is basically the records and bills, a summary of the records and bills along with a specific demand for settlement. The second is what we call a Colossus formatted demand, which is computer formatted. Basically what happens is we use a specialized computer program to put together the demand to what we call enhance some of the aspects of the claim. They're called value enhancers. They're highlighted. They're shipped off to the adjuster. The adjuster then utilizes the information we've sent him or her and inputs that into a computer, which then spits out a value, a range of values for the claim. Once we have the demand package in place, we ship it off to the insurance adjuster. Usually 2, 3, 4 weeks elapses while the insurance adjuster reviews the demand. The insurance adjuster then calls us or writes us with an initial offer. That offer is never all the money the adjuster has. That offer is usually somewhat less than what the adjuster has. It's my job as the attorney, and I point out I actually negotiate all of my claims personally. I don't have a person that manages a claim, an office employee that does this. I negotiate my claims personally. I talk with the adjuster. We negotiate the claim back and forth until I get the adjuster up to her or his top number, at which time I discuss that with my client. We decide whether it makes sense to settle the claim or not. Sometimes it works that way. We get the claim settled before litigation, and sometimes we don't. And in my next session, I'm going to address the present state of what happens with insurance companies and demands for settlement.